10 EastEnders spoilers for next week, 26th to 29th May. 1. A huge week kicks off. Nicola arrived in Albert Square last November and reconnected with Zack, her former personal trainer, revealing they had once been involved. She spent months trying to mend her relationship with ex-husband Teddy and their sons, Harry and Barney. Though Teddy initially resisted, they reconciled after he learned about Sharon's affair with Grant. However, Nicola has been keeping a huge secret. Barney is actually Zack's son from their affair 16 years ago. Zack uncovered the truth in March after overhearing a conversation about blood types at the hospital. Despite wanting to tell Barney, Zack has stayed silent out of fear of Nicola and the Mitchells. Now, with the truth on the verge of coming out, major consequences loom. 2. Zack asks Ravi for help. Zack originally planned to visit Whitney and the kids in Scotland, but changed his mind after realizing Barney was unhappy in Walford, deciding to take him along. Vicky warned Zack that taking Barney without permission could be considered kidnapping, but he chose to proceed with his plan. To fund their escape, he asked Ravi for a loan. Ravi, having been involved with Nicola, cautioned Zack against crossing her, revealing a disturbing past event. Nicola once asked him to help move a body, proving just how dangerous she and her family could be. 3. Zack goes to the police as Harry reveals all. Zack confides in Linda about Ravi's warning, and she persuades him to go to the police to protect Barney. Soon after, DC Powers arrests Nicola for Shireen's death, leaving Harry devastated by the shocking truth about his mother. Seeing an opportunity, Zack approaches Harry, hoping to use his anger to work together and keep Barney safe. He finally reveals the truth about Barney's paternity, hoping for Harry's support. In a dramatic twist, Nicola is released, and just as tensions seem to settle, Harry drops a bombshell telling Teddy that Zack is actually Barney's father. Teddy's reaction remains to be seen. 4. Nigel is upset. Nigel gets upset that his birthday wasn't celebrated, despite previously saying he didn't want any fuss, leaving Phil confused. Phil discusses the situation with Yolande, Alfie, and Honey before finally asking Nigel directly why he's unhappy. After hearing Nigel's explanation, Phil suggests making it up to him with a belated birthday celebration and invites him to the cinema. 5. Avani faces an onslaught of cruel messages. Avani unknowingly had her encounter with Joel recorded, and as the news spreads, she begins receiving cruel messages, leaving her distressed. Barney tries to support her, but she reacts defensively and storms off. Later, he finds her in the playground, visibly upset, and comforts her. Nicola misinterprets their interaction, assuming Avani is a bad influence on Barney. However, Barney clears up the misunderstanding, prompting Nicola to soften and offer Avani reassurance. The situation strengthens Avani and Barney's bond as they continue to grow closer. 6. Nicola denies everything. Nicola initially denies Zack's claims, but under pressure from an angry Teddy, she is forced to admit the truth. Barney is actually Zack's son. As tensions rise, Teddy demands answers. However, the situation escalates further when Harry reveals Zack's plan to leave with Barney for Scotland, leaving both Nicola and Teddy stunned. 7. Barney and Avani kiss. Avani invites Barney to her house, but when he misinterprets the situation, she gets angry and storms off. Ravi witnesses their argument and, despite their troubled history, takes a calmer approach. He offers Barney some wise advice. Later, Barney takes Ravi's advice to heart, and he and Avani reconcile. As their bond strengthens, Avani leans in and kisses him. 8. Harry takes drastic action. Harry, desperate to prevent Zack from taking Barney away, takes matters into his own hands, forcing Zack into his car and speeding out of Walford. Concerned about what Harry might do, Teddy quickly intercepts Honey, Billy, and Nigel before their cinema trip. He jumps into their car and insists they follow Harry, managing to reach him just in time to stop his reckless plan. 9. Disaster strikes. Just when it seems Teddy has settled things with Harry and Zack, disaster strikes. A car crashes into a lake, submerging in the water. Survivors rush to escape, desperately trying to save those still trapped inside. Tension builds. The question remains, who is still stuck? And will they make it out alive? Meanwhile, back in Walford, news of the shocking accident spreads through Albert Square. Amid the chaos, Vicky makes a bold move, storming to number 1, where she unexpectedly reveals a truth to Barney, leaving him stunned. Thursday's episode teases powerful scenes as Phil, Linda, and Vicky rally around Barney in support after Vicky's dramatic outburst. To add another emotional twist, Harry returns to Albert Square, facing his brother for a heartfelt conversation. The Mitchells are at a crossroads. Where will they go from here? Tantized. Elsewhere, the Carters and the Knights were thrilled to hear that the Vic would be ready in a few weeks, meaning they could finally return to their home above the pub. However, Kojo wasn't as excited. He wanted a break from the noisy environment and decided to rent his own place. While George was skeptical, Gina did her best to reassure him that Kojo could manage living independently. Now, with a stable job at the garage, Kojo feels ready to move out. With Gina's support, his search for a new home officially begins.
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Spoiler TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại các bạn.